I'm Stacy Wesco. Welcome to PA Biz Conversations, a newsroom web series of Lehigh Valley Business and Central Penn Business Journal, where we talk to local business leaders about issues that are important to Pennsylvania businesses. Joining us in this segment is Richard Thompson. He is one of the founders and managing partner of Factory in Bethlehem. You may also know him as the former CEO of Fresh Fed, which has manufacturing facilities here in the Lehigh Valley. He was also CEO of Meow Mix and the American Italian Pasta Company. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me on today.
Great. Now, some people might not know exactly what Factory is. Could you explain for us? It's a kind of an incubator, startup, accelerator for businesses in the food, beverage, and pet health industries.
Sure, I'll be happy to. A lot of people ask me that question all the time. We call ourselves Factory LLC, right? And we're located here in South Bethlehem. We've taken an old Bethlehem steel building built in the 40s and turned it into an innovation center. We are not incubator. Incubator is kind of when you start a business and you have an idea. Think of technology incubators. I think Lehigh University in the Mountaintop does a really good job on that. We're more an innovation and scale-up center. So where we look for companies that are already in business, could be 2, 3, 4 million in sales already. So if they're in sales and of that magnitude, then we can go out and do consumer insights. We can talk to retailers. We can figure out how, if there's a path to scale them up, we can scale them up. So an innovation center that's looking for the small food, beverage, and pet companies that we can work with. So the difference that we do from, we're not private equity and we're not venture capital. We're operators with capital. And with that, we've done something a little bit special and different with Factory, is that we decided to locate our facility here in South Bethlehem. And the idea is to bring kind of like an Austin, Texas or a Boulder, Colorado to the East Coast. So this area in the Lehigh Valley, we thought between New York City and Philadelphia, Boston was a great area for all the reasons. We did a lot of analysis to find the right location. The Lehigh Valley turned out to be that. We can talk for an hour on that, but just a couple of highlights is that a lot of great universities. We're 3 blocks, 4 blocks from Lehigh University with 8,000 or 9,000 students at any normal time. Obviously, times aren't normal right now, but there's about 20 or 25,000 students within about 20 miles of here. Northampton College, Lehigh College, Lafayette, Moravian, and on and on. So a lot of great student power that's in the neighborhood, if you will. Great distribution center for the East Coast, cost of living, the quality of people that we get here for manufacturing and startups that we work on, whether it's sales, marketing, finance, package design, engineering, are all great. So for all those reasons, we decided to move here. We found this old building in South Bethlehem, and we renovated it. It's the old Bethlehem Steel Building number 96. It's about 40,000 square feet, and we spent a little over $12 million on renovating it here. We have about 45 people working here full-time, professionals. So when we invest in a company, we usually like to invest at least 51% in these businesses. So we don't put a little investment in, we put a fairly good size for that size of business. But the trick is that it's like when you get a scholarship to Lehigh University, you got to go to Lehigh University. So when you take money from Factory LLC, is that you have to move to Bethlehem, you have to live in this building, you don't sleep in it, but you do everything but sleep in the building, and you surround yourself with all these professional people. So if you're living in Phoenix, Arizona, or LA or Chicago, you got to move here. We're not asking you to move here for the rest of your life. We're asking you to move here for those 1 or 2 years that it takes in order to get these businesses started. So you're surrounded by all these professionals that can get you growth a lot faster with a lot fewer mistakes. So it's a really interesting opportunity for these young entrepreneurs that want to be surrounded by a lot of really senior management folks that want to help them grow their business. So it's a little different.
Yes, you have a great deal of experience in the food and pet care industry. What made you want to take your experience and create a place like Factory?
Well, part of it is I want to give back. I've been very fortunate, and I've had a little bit of success here in Yonder. So the idea is to take those kind of 40 years of making all the mistakes that you could think about making. I've made them maybe twice, and take them and bring them all under one roof so that we could help invest in these young entrepreneurs, but also at the same time, not let them make the same mistakes that we did over the years and accelerate them much faster, whether it's relationships in the marketplace with retailers like Whole Foods or Sprouts or Public supermarkets, etc., or it's just getting a good sales team or marketing team around them. So those simple things that it takes to be successful.
Talk about some of the successes you've had so far. You've been there for how many years now in Bethlehem?
Well, this is kind of our second year. We bought the building in September of 17, but it took us about a year and a few months to do the renovation. So we really say that Factory LLC got started in January of 19.
Right, and you've had a couple of big profile launches since then. I can think of the marshmallows for one, if you want to tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, Stuff Puffs. That was a young man that came to us, spent 7 years trying to figure out how to stuff a marshmallow. And think about it, for 100 years, nobody's been able to do that. Simple, you think it's a simple idea, but there's no equipment, there's no IP, there's no technology that you can go out there and say, hey, let's stuff a marshmallow, or otherwise somebody would have done it. There's lots of ways you can color it, flavor it, coat it, but no way to stuff it. So think of an instant s'more. So you would have an instant s'more that you don't have to use Hershey chocolate on. You don't have to make a mess. Makes it easier. So he figured out a process to do that. So we invested in that, and right now we're spending just under $100 million on helping him build a state-of-the-art facility that'll do about $450 million worth of sales. So it's a small idea. No, it's not. No, I shouldn't say it. It's a big idea that a lot of people have tried. And I like hard ideas because if it's hard, there's not a lot of fast followers to follow it. So this little idea thought process has grown into this great big investment for Lehigh Valley. So we're off of 22. We're building a 150,000 square foot manufacturing facility that will start out with 135 manufacturing team members.
Great. Any other interesting stories developing at Factory?
Yeah, we have several. We've invested in 7 companies now, and we've got several really cool ones. Honey Stinger. A lot of your sports enthusiasts will know about Honey Stinger. It's a natural sports nutrition product sweetened with honey, an all natural honey. And I think that a lot of people are running away from sugar products nowadays and said, oh my gosh, if it's got sugar in it, it's bad for you. Well, we all know honey. We probably all have it in our houses, and we all know that honey is something we give to our kids or grandkids. So anything that's sweetened with honey, that's with bees, it's made from nature, I think is probably good, especially if you're exercising and you need to burn some calories or need some carbs. So that product is really a really great tasting product, and we think that it'll be a massive success as we roll it out to retail across the country. We have another one called Pipcorn. It's a pipcorn made with heirloom popcorn. The original popcorn that Christopher Columbus discovered when he came to America. So it's very unique, and we have a farm out in the Midwest that grows that, and it's different. The popcorn's different, but they've made other things like cheese balls, crunchies, crackers out of this product, and they're in Whole Foods and Sprouts. So we think that's going to be a really interesting, better for you, healthier, interesting product that's coming to marketplace. Roar Beverages is one that we just have invested in. It's rolling out to all the 7-Eleven stores. They've taken out, in some cases, several SKUs of vitamin water, and the 7-Eleven team is calling it the new millennial vitamin water. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm just repeating what some people at 7-Eleven have said. So we certainly think that's an interesting opportunity. A young entrepreneur has come to us, and we invested some dollars in that and continue to invest money in that. So we think Roar Beverage is going to be a really hot millennial new product rolling out. So we've got lots of really interesting products that are coming out on the market here at Factory. And of course, we look for more.
Yeah, I was going to say that next. You're looking for more. You have an event coming up, Startup Lehigh Valley, which you are partnering with Launchbox at Penn State Lehigh Valley. You're looking for the next big thing. Tell me about what that is and how you can help those who participate.
You can see over my shoulder, Startup Lehigh Valley, is that we did it last year. We had about 400 plus people attend. And what we want to do is give back to the Lehigh Valley. Don't worry, that's my dog, Pot Roast. My dog, Pot Roast, is in the background. She's always wants somebody to throw the ball to her. We're having a lot of fun down here at the factory building today, as we always do. But Startup Lehigh Valley was set up in order to ring the bell for all the entrepreneurs in the Lehigh Valley area, so that we could showcase their ideas. It doesn't have to be food, beverage, or pet. We would like it to be, but a lot of people have other ideas besides that. So the idea is, as I said, we want to help bring an Austin, Texas, or a Boulder, Colorado entrepreneurial system to this part of the country. So if we don't do our part, spend some money and partner up with good people like Penn State, Launchbox, Lehigh Valley, Chase, Adams Outdoor. So there's several people that we've spent some time and teamed up with. So the idea is to start this ecosystem to help people vet their ideas out, get a stage where they can stand up on a stage for 2 or 3 minutes and talk about it. We've got some very qualified judges that will judge them. They'll be able to win, up to $10,000 in prize money that Penn State Lehigh Valley Lunchbox will be giving out. So there's some good economics for being part of it. And we're going to be on billboards and radio stations and hopefully local TV stations, if they'll have us, to talk about it, because factory makes nothing out of this. We're not investing in this. We're not making billions of dollars out of anything. All we're doing is trying to make an ecosystem for entrepreneurs here in the Lehigh Valley. With anybody that wants to join hands, we're more than happy to join hands and be helpful.
Great. Well, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you. This has been PA Biz Conversations. If you would like more business news, please visit Lehigh Valley Business at lvb.com or Central Penn Business at cpbj.com. Have a good day.
And we just want to be sure anybody that wants more information on Lehigh Valley Startup, they can go to lehighvalleystartup.com, and all the information's right there.
Okay. Now, folks, have a good day.
Thanks.